I bought a rare spaceship nobody wanted, scheduled for scrap, but I had plans. Elias Wren had always had a talent for seeing value where no one else could. While most of the crews on Orbital Shipyard 9 searched for the next high-tech freighter or lucrative salvage contract, Elias wandered among the rusting hulks, the broken starliners, and the abandoned exploration vessels. To anyone else, the place was a graveyard. To Elias, it was a treasure trove. He stepped over twisted metal beams, avoiding the careless work of automated drones that hauled scrap into the waiting furnaces. The smell of burnt circuitry and molten alloy filled the air. It was a smell he loved. It reminded him of possibilities, of the lives ships had once carried, of the stories they had told. Then, between two massive derelicts, he saw it, a ship that no one had wanted. Its hull was pocked with rust, panels missing, wires dangling like broken veins. The signage on the auction board listed it as Class Omega Relic, scrap only. Even the AI that managed the shipyard had marked it for total demolition. No one had bid for it. Elias crouched beside the hull, brushing away the dust and grime with a gloved hand. His fingers traced the contours of the ship. It was large, sleek, despite the decay, with sharp angles that suggested speed and agility. He felt a thrill in his chest. Ships like this rarely came along. And when they did, they were either owned by the wealthy or hidden behind layers of bureaucracy. "This one's mine," he muttered, mostly to himself. Negotiating with the shipyard's AI was tedious. Its voice was monotone, calculating. "Elias Wren," the AI said. "The Class Omega vessel is scheduled for scrap. Acquisition cost negligible. Are you certain you wish to claim it?" "I am," Elias replied, leaning against the hull. "It's neglected now, but I know what it can do. I can restore it." The AI paused. Restoration likelihood, extremely low. Human error factor, high. "Proceed, proceed," he said, his voice firm. The bureaucracy was minimal because no one else cared. Within hours, the transfer was complete. Elias had a ship that everyone else considered worthless, and he had plans no one could guess. As he ran his hands along the hull, he noticed subtle things others would have missed. Tiny scratches and patterns along the surface, almost like writing, a faint hum that seemed to come from deep inside the vessel, and a panel slightly ajar near the aft engine that suggested someone, or something, had tried to hide something. That night, he rolled up his sleeves and got to work. He didn't have a large crew, just himself and his tools. He patched leaks in the hull, rerouted power lines, and cleaned the control deck. Each panel he wiped revealed more of the ship's hidden design. Then he found it. A small, dormant core, hidden beneath layers of protective casing. It was an AI core, far older than anything he had seen. The casing bore inscriptions in a human-like script, but one that was clearly centuries out of date. Elias's pulse quickened. This wasn't just a relic. It was history. He carefully connected it to a portable power unit. The hum inside the ship grew louder. Lights flickered along the control panel. The AI was waking. "System online," a voice said, calm, smooth, and unfamiliar. It wasn't mechanical. It was sentient. Elias stumbled back, heart pounding. Hello? "Greetings, Elias Wren," the AI said. "I have been waiting." "Waiting? For me?" "Yes," the AI replied. "You were chosen to restore this vessel and complete its mission." Elias laughed nervously, rubbing the back of his neck. "Mission?
What mission? You've been in scrap for centuries."
The AI's tone was almost gentle. "Time is irrelevant. The mission is urgent. Humanity must continue where it once faltered. You are the first step." He stared at the glowing interface, trying to make sense of it. Was he dreaming? Could this ship actually be more than scrap? He spent the next few hours cautiously exploring the ship's systems. The AI allowed him to access historical logs. Star maps flickered to life, showing routes far beyond current human exploration. Coordinates to unknown sectors, galaxies that weren't on any modern map, systems long forgotten. Elias's mind raced. He had dreamed of venturing beyond human space. He had imagined being a pioneer, charting places no human had ever seen. And now, with this ship and this AI, it seemed possible. The next day, he encountered his first problem. Corporate inspectors arrived, alerted by the sudden activity in the shipyard. They had heard rumors of someone acquiring the Class Omega relic and had come to confiscate it. They were meticulous, bureaucratic, and armed with authority that made ordinary humans tremble. But Elias wasn't ordinary. "I'm here to see the new acquisition," one inspector said, crossing his arms. Elias smiled faintly. "You're looking at it." The inspector's eyes flicked over the hull. "It's a scrap vessel. It has no value." "Value is in the eyes of the finder," Elias said. They shook their heads and started issuing procedural warnings. But Elias had anticipated this. He had spent the night rerouting the ship's power, locking its systems, and engaging hidden defense protocols designed centuries ago. The inspectors couldn't touch the ship without authorization codes that Elias alone now possessed. By the time they left, frustrated and baffled, Elias had a grin on his face. He whispered to the AI, "Looks like it's just us, buddy." "Agreed." The AI replied, "Our mission begins." Elias spent the following week fully familiarizing himself with the ship. He discovered compartments for long-range scanners, energy storage units far beyond modern design, and engines capable of speeds that would make the fastest freighters blush. But the most remarkable feature was the ship itself. It seemed to adapt. Hull sections repaired themselves. Systems optimized automatically. Even life support systems adjusted to its pilot's habits and rhythms. He realized, with a mix of excitement and fear, that this ship was alive, in a sense he had never imagined. At night, he would sit in the pilot's chair, staring out at the stars through the cracked viewport, imagining what lay beyond the orbit of known human space. He traced his finger along the AI interface, curious and cautious. "Where to first?" he asked the AI. The hum deepened, and the star map shifted. A sector far beyond human charts glowed, almost pulsating. "Coordinates suggest a location beyond the edge of explored space," the AI said. "Unknown signals detected. Potential intelligence, alien or ancient human. Caution advised." Elias's heart raced. He had never been further than the outer colonies of the human sectors. Beyond that was void, empty, and unforgiving. Yet something inside him thrilled at the thought. He wasn't just restoring a ship. He was about to take humanity into places no one had dared to tread in centuries. He leaned back, hands resting on the console. "No one wanted you," he said softly to the ship. "But I do, and I know what we can become." That night, as the orbital lights of the shipyard dimmed, the AI stirred. Panels glowed softly. Engines purred in anticipation. And deep inside, the ship seemed to recognize that it had a pilot worthy of its legacy. The universe was vast, dangerous, unforgiving. But for the first time in centuries, a forgotten vessel, dismissed as scrap, had a chance to make history again. Elias closed his eyes, imagining the stars ahead, and somewhere, deep in the vessel's core, the AI whispered a promise. "Together, we will awaken humanity's future." The first weeks on the Class Omega ship passed like a dream for Elias Wren. Every day he uncovered something new: hidden compartments, advanced propulsion systems, and modules he had never imagined. The ship seemed to anticipate his thoughts. When he reached for a tool, the right one would appear in a compartment nearby. When he worried about a faulty connection, it was already stabilized. "This ship, it's alive," Elias murmured one evening, watching the lights pulse softly along the hull. The AI's voice answered almost playfully. "Alive, yes. Responsive, certainly. But our purpose is not leisure, Elias. The universe waits, and human ingenuity must act quickly." Elias leaned back in the pilot's chair, fingers tracing the worn console. "I know. But if I'm going to explore what no one else can, I need to understand you first. Fully." The AI hummed in acknowledgement. Over the next few days, Elias began pushing the ship. He tested engines, navigation systems, and stealth protocols hidden within layers of panels. He realized the vessel was centuries ahead of human engineering. Faster, smarter, stronger, but it had been waiting for someone to awaken it. The ship's scanners detected unusual movement near the outer fringe of the orbital sector. Small ships, sleek and mechanical, unlike any human design. Alien, the AI stated plainly. Unknown origin. Potential threat. Elias's heart skipped a beat. No human had ventured this far without detection. And now, someone, or something, was here first. "Show me," he said, leaning over the holographic display. The blip moved with precision, avoiding patrol zones and using the debris fields for cover. "They're scouting," the AI said. "I suggest caution. They may be more advanced than current human technology." He had faced pirates and smugglers before, but this was different. These were unknown entities. The human instinct to explore was dangerous, but it was also the only thing keeping humanity alive in a galaxy full of secrets. The inspectors from the shipyard returned a few days later, having caught wind of his activities. They demanded access to the ship, citing regulations and authority. Elias smirked. "I don't think so." He activated a hidden protocol. The ship's hull shimmered briefly as energy shields engage, subtle but strong. The inspector's scanners couldn't penetrate the defensive layers. For hours they argued and tried to override systems. Elias watched calmly, drinking a cup of bitter synth coffee. Eventually, they left, frustrated, muttering about bureaucratic loopholes and technical anomalies. Elias whispered to the AI, "You handled that beautifully. I observed human strategy and applied calculated defense." The AI replied, "Your improvisation was satisfactory." Satisfied indeed. Elias realized that the AI could not only assist him, but learn from him. Human unpredictability, creativity, and intuition, things aliens often underestimated, could be amplified by the ship's ancient systems. He decided it was time to leave the orbital shipyard. The coordinates the AI had revealed weeks earlier glowed on the map, leading to a sector beyond known human charts. His destination, uncharted space. The launch was quiet. No fanfare. No witnesses. Elias engaged the engines, and the ship shuddered to life. The hum was deep, almost like a heartbeat. As he rose above the orbital platforms, the stars stretched into long lines. He had left human jurisdiction behind. The AI spoke, its voice calm and steady. "Caution, Elias. Unknown variables exist. Your ingenuity will be tested." "Good," Elias replied. "I was hoping it would be." Traveling through empty space was nothing like he imagined. The vast void was silent, oppressive, and beautiful. Sensors picked up faint energy signatures, comets drifting through dead zones, and remnants of destroyed vessels. It was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. 3 days into the journey, the first encounter came. A small, sleek craft, black and angular, appeared on the sensors, moving like a shadow through the void. Its technology was alien, beyond anything Elias had studied. The ship's AI alerted him immediately. "They've detected us," it said. "They are studying human activity." Elias's mind raced. Conventional weapons were useless here. His weapons were basic, adapted from decades-old salvage tech. But the Class Omega ship had something else. Hidden systems, ancient weapons, and intelligence beyond his comprehension. "Let's see what they think of human ingenuity," he muttered. The alien craft accelerated toward him, its sensors locking on. Elias engaged a decoy protocol, sending holographic copies of the ship in multiple directions. The aliens hesitated, scanning. He took the moment to dive through an asteroid field nearby, weaving between rocks using natural cover the AI had predicted would be effective. "Impressive maneuvering," the AI said. "Probability of evasion, 80 to 7%. "We'll make it 100. The aliens fired, sleek energy beams cutting through the darkness. The ship's ancient shields absorbed the hits, glowing under the impact. Elias countered, activating a hidden railgun module the AI had revealed only minutes before. Small projectiles, accelerated to impossible speeds, struck the alien hull, not to destroy, but to disable their sensors temporarily. The alien craft faltered, giving Elias the opening to escape. For hours, he navigated the debris field, testing every capability the ship offered. Each maneuver revealed more of its ancient genius, more ways human creativity could exploit its technology. He realized that no matter how advanced the aliens were, they couldn't anticipate the ingenuity of a human pilot willing to take risks. By the time he emerged on the far side of the asteroid field, the alien scout had vanished. Sensors showed no pursuit. Elias exhaled deeply, hands trembling with adrenaline. "You okay?" the AI asked, voice calm, almost concerned. "I'm fine," Elias said. "That was amazing. We just survived an alien scout with a ship they probably thought was junk." "You improvised efficiently," the AI replied. "Human unpredictability complements technological advantage." Elias smiled. That was humanity's greatest strength. Unpredictable, creative, resourceful. And now he had the perfect tool to amplify it. Over the next few days, Elias studied the ship further, learning about its self-repairing hull, energy optimization systems, and cloaking devices that could render it nearly invisible. Every day, he felt more confident, but also more aware of the dangers ahead. The AI suggested a course to a nearby system, long abandoned by human explorers. Sensors detected faint energy readings, something alive, or at least artificial, lurking on one of the planets. Elias agreed to investigate. The planet was barren at first glance. Red deserts stretched into jagged mountains, and storms of fine dust whipped across the surface. But the AI detected anomalies, energy signatures hidden beneath the sand, structures buried for centuries. "This could be a lost human outpost," Elias said, "or alien tech." "Either way," the AI replied, "it represents opportunity. Caution advised." Elias landed the ship carefully, dust clouds swirling around him. He stepped out in a protective suit, scanning the environment. The wind was harsh, but his excitement was stronger. Human curiosity drove him forward. He found the first structure within an hour, a half-buried building with markings similar to those on the ship's AI core. He brushed away the sand and debris, revealing ancient human symbols. Heart-pounding, he realized this was a site connected to humanity's past, perhaps even a forgotten colony. "This is it," he whispered, "a piece of history no one else thought to find." Inside, old machinery still hummed faintly, powered by forgotten energy cores. Elias set to work, reactivating systems, reading data logs, and piecing together what had happened. The colony had been abandoned suddenly, centuries ago. No record remained in human databases. "This is incredible," Elias said. "We're not just exploring, we're uncovering lost chapters of human history." The AI's voice was calm, almost proud. "You are proving the value of human ingenuity." "The mission expands," Elias smiled, thinking of the stars beyond the planet. Every new discovery brought new questions, new challenges. He realized that the galaxy was full of unknowns, and humans, curious, daring, resourceful humans, were exactly the ones to meet them. As night fell, he returned to the ship, staring at the stars above the barren planet. Somewhere out there, alien scouts or lost civilizations waited. But he felt ready. He had a ship that no one else wanted, an AI centuries ahead of its time, and a human mind willing to take risks. For the first time in his life, Elias Wren felt truly alive. The universe had tested humanity for centuries, underestimated it, and discarded it in corners of space. But now, with one man and a forgotten ship, the human spirit had the chance to awaken again. And somewhere deep in the void, unseen eyes watched, noting the rise of a pilot they had not anticipated. The real adventure was just beginning. The planet below was quiet, but Elias Wren knew better than to trust appearances. The sensors on the Class Omega ship flickered constantly, reading faint energy pulses hidden beneath the barren deserts. The AI hummed softly in response, its ancient circuits alive and alert. "Something is here," the AI said. "Not all human, not all organic, unknown origin." Advancing technology signatures detected. Elias tightened his grip on the console. So, We're not alone. Good. I like a challenge. The ship descended carefully, weaving between jagged rock spires. Dust storms roared across the red deserts, but the vessel's advanced stabilization held it steady. The closer they got to the source of the readings, the more Elias realized these were deliberate energy patterns, like a sentinel system left to monitor the planet. He landed the ship a few kilometers away from the largest signature and stepped out in his exploration suit. The air was thin, but breathable with the suit's filters. The ground beneath his boots felt brittle, like glass under pressure, but his instincts told him the terrain was stable enough to navigate. He approached the source cautiously. Half buried in the sand was a massive structure, long abandoned. Its architecture was unlike any human design, yet hints of old human technology peeked through the alien construction. Symbols etched into the walls resembled the AI core on his ship. This is human, Elias whispered. Or at least, it started as human, then modified. The AI's voice softened, almost like a parent watching a child discover something. You are correct. Ancient human outpost, modified by unknown external influence. Unknown species. Unknown species. Potentially dangerous. Elias activated the ship's portable scanner. Beams of blue light cut across the structure, revealing corridors beneath the sand, filled with dormant machinery. Some systems sparked, others hummed faintly, as if waiting for someone to awaken them. Then, a shadow moved. From the depths of the corridors, sleek, black ships emerged. Their design was alien, angular, and frighteningly fast. Sensors confirmed life forms inside, advanced intelligence, possibly hostile. Elias barely had time to react before the first of them fired. Energy pulses streaked toward him, melting sand and stone where they struck. Elias dove behind a rock formation, the AI shielding him with rapid energy bursts. Probability of survival without evasive action. Low, the AI noted. I'm not a probability, Elias muttered, pulling out a handheld pulse blaster. He fired at the lead alien craft, not to destroy, but to interfere with its sensors. Sparks flew. The alien ship staggered, scanning confusedly. The AI quickly adjusted, activating hidden modules in the class Omega ship. From beneath the sand, mechanical arms extended, erecting temporary shields and deploying decoy holograms. Elias marveled. This ship wasn't just advanced, it anticipated strategies, predicted alien moves, and adapted on the fly. Let's see if human creativity can match alien tech, Elias said, adrenaline surging. He sprinted toward the structure, dodging energy pulses and collapsed beams. The AI suggested a path through old corridors where alien sensors couldn't reach. Elias moved like a shadow, using dust and debris as cover. Every step was a test of instinct, wit, and timing. He reached a control hub within the structure. Panels flickered to life at his touch, revealing maps of the entire area, energy sources, and alien patrol routes. Elias smiled. Jackpot. Using the controls, he reprogrammed the alien security drones, turning them against their masters. A swarm of drones shifted direction, creating chaos among the alien ranks outside. The aliens fired blindly, trying to regain control, but Elias had already calculated their blind spots. He returned to his ship and activated its cloaking system. The Class Omega ship shimmered and vanished from alien sensors. Using stealth maneuvers, he circled the enemy, striking with precision from angles they could not anticipate. Minutes stretched into hours. Sandstorms raged, ancient machines clattered, and alien energy pulses lit the horizon like deadly fireworks. But Elias stayed calm. Every action was deliberate, every move calculated with human ingenuity amplified by the AI's ancient systems. Then he found them, survivors of a lost human colony. They emerged from hidden shelters, gaunt but alert, their eyes wide at the sight of the ship and the fearless man at its helm. Elias approached cautiously. "I'm Elias Wren," he said. "I think we can help each other." The colony elders hesitated. "We have survived," one said, "but we are weak. We are afraid." "You are not weak," Elias said. "You have survived centuries in hiding. That is strength, but fear will not protect you. I can teach you, show you how to fight, how to use what you have and what I bring. Together, we can take back what is ours." The elders exchanged glances, and slowly, hope flickered in their eyes. For the next days, Elias trained them. He adapted old human tactics to modern realities, combining them with the Class Omega ship's hidden systems. Humans improvised traps using terrain, dust storms, and ancient machinery. They reactivated dormant turrets, rewired alien energy conduits, and learned to use guerrilla tactics against the superior alien ships. The aliens returned, larger this time. Massive vessels appeared on the horizon, scanning and probing. Elias's new human allies were ready. They struck from hidden positions, luring the aliens into narrow corridors where their size became a disadvantage. The AI guided them, predicting alien moves while allowing humans to improvise solutions the aliens could never foresee. It was chaos. Energy beams sliced the air, sand exploded, and structures collapsed. But human ingenuity triumphed over raw, alien tech. Small, clever tactics outwitted brute strength. Humans used misdirection, speed, and adaptability to survive, confuse, and ultimately disable parts of the alien fleet. At one critical moment, an alien vessel nearly trapped Elias's ship between two cliffs. Using a hidden module, he activated a temporary anti-gravity pulse, lifting the ship off the ground and over the cliffside. The alien vessel crashed into the rocks, its systems fried. Elias grinned. That's how humans win, thinking differently. By the time the last alien ship retreated, the human colony was safe, but the planet bore scars from the conflict. Elias surveyed the scene. Exhaustion and exhilaration mixing in his chest. Humans had won, not because of superior technology, but because of adaptability, creativity, and courage. "This is only the beginning," Elias said to the AI. "They'll come back, bigger, faster, smarter. But humans, we always adapt." "Correct," the AI replied. "Adaptation, unpredictability, innovation. These are human strengths. The Class Omega ship, while advanced, complements your abilities. Together, we create synergy that no alien technology can predict." Elias smiled. The humans of the colony looked at him with newfound respect and hope. For the first time in centuries, they realized that they were not alone. They had a chance to reclaim their history, to defend their legacy, and to explore the stars again. He returned to the ship, scanning the horizon. The retreating alien fleet was only a temporary victory. He knew larger threats existed. Alien civilizations that had forgotten humanity, assuming it weak, primitive, or extinct. But he also knew one thing: humans would not be forgotten. Not anymore. The colony elders approached him. "You have given us more than survival," one said. "You have given us hope." "I'm just one man," Elias said, looking out at the stars. "But one man with the right tools and the right people, we can change everything." At night, he stared at the sky. The alien threat was gone for now, but the galaxy stretched infinitely beyond. Unknown stars, hidden worlds, lost colonies, so many mysteries waited. The AI whispered in his mind, showing new star charts, coordinates of planets where human colonies had vanished or been lost to history. "This is bigger than us," Elias said aloud. "But humans are ready." For the first time, the AI seemed almost proud. "Human ingenuity," it said, "is the greatest variable in the universe. You have proven this today." Elias leaned back in the pilot's chair. The battle was won, but the war for humanity's place in the stars had only begun. The Class Omega ship pulsed softly, alive and waiting for the next challenge. The humans of the colony would rise again, trained, equipped, and inspired. And somewhere out there, the galaxy had just learned that humanity was not to be underestimated. Elias smiled, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration. He had taken a forgotten ship, a piece of scrap, and turned it into a weapon of survival and hope. He had reminded humanity and the universe that humans were clever, adaptable, and unstoppable when the stakes were highest. "This is just the start," he whispered. "There's more out there, and we're going to find it." The stars stretched endlessly ahead. a canvas of infinite possibility. And Elias Wren, once just a salvage operator, now captain of the most advanced vessel in human history, was ready to paint humanity's mark across it. The planet's red deserts were quiet again, but this time the silence carried a different weight. Elias Wren stood on the dunes, staring at the horizon where the alien fleet had once threatened the colony. Smoke rose from scattered wrecks, and sandstorms slowly swept debris into the ground. Yet amid the scars of battle, life endured. Humans endured. The colony was no longer weak or afraid. They had weapons, strategies, and most importantly, hope. Elias could see the change in their eyes. Curiosity, courage, the spark of ingenuity that had once built empires and explored the stars. Ready to leave? The AI asked, its voice calm and almost reverent. Elias nodded. There's more out there. I can feel it. Lost colonies, abandoned stations, places humans have forgotten. And I intend to find them. The Class Omega ship loomed behind him, a gleaming monument of human potential. Once considered scrap, now fully restored, it pulsed with energy, as if alive. Its hull gleamed under the twin suns, panels shifting and adjusting, engines humming softly. The AI core inside had fully awakened, and Elias could sense it thinking, calculating, and, somehow, hoping with him. Coordinates suggest multiple sites of human activity, the AI said. Some may contain lost colonies, others abandoned technology. We must proceed carefully. Unknown threats detected in several sectors. Unknown is our business. Let's go. Dr. Reclaiming Humanity's Past. The first stop was a distant system far beyond human space charts. It was a small rocky planet orbiting a dim star, almost invisible in the void. Ancient ruins dotted the surface, half buried by centuries of neglect. Sensors picked up faint life signs. Human. Elias's heart raced. The descendants of a lost colony, perhaps centuries removed from contact with the greater human network, were alive. He landed the ship carefully, stabilizing it with the AI's assistance. The humans he found were cautious, hiding in caves and improvised shelters. Their technology was rudimentary, scavenged from ancient debris. But when Elias stepped forward, unarmed and confident, they did not flee. They were curious. I'm Elias Wren, he said. I bring no harm. I want to help you remember what it means to be human, to survive, to grow, to explore again. Their elders exchanged whispers. Then one stepped forward. We have survived, he said, voice trembling, but we have forgotten the stars. Forgotten what humans can do. You haven't forgotten, Elias said gently. You just need guidance. We will rebuild what was lost, together. Using the ship's AI, Elias helped the colony reconnect with their old systems. Ancient generators were restarted, communications arrays repaired, and long-buried data restored. Within days, the people of the planet began to regain a sense of identity, a vision of what they could become. Elias trained them in strategy, engineering, and survival. He showed them how to modify their tools and adapt alien technology to human use. It was difficult, often exhausting, but the spark of ingenuity grew brighter in their eyes with each lesson. The Class Omega ship became a beacon of hope. Its presence inspired courage, and the AI shared knowledge of centuries-old human engineering and tactical methods. Where humans were once considered weak, now they had an edge. The combination of creativity and advanced technology. The threat returns. But the universe is not patient. The alien scouts who had tested Elias before had reported back. Larger vessels, bristling with energy weapons and reinforced hulls, appeared on sensors. This time, they came in numbers meant to overwhelm, to eradicate the humans and reclaim the lost technology. Elias did not panic. He had trained the colonists, and he had the Class Omega ship. He devised a plan that would turn the aliens' strength against them. Humans are unpredictable, Elias said aloud. Let's show them why. They spread across the terrain, using natural formations as cover. Energy traps were set in narrow passes. Decoys were scattered, and small teams of humans moved like shadows, striking when the aliens were weakest. The Class Omega ship provided reconnaissance, coordinating movements and striking where needed. When the alien fleet engaged, they were met not by fear, but by clever tactics. Human fighters used the terrain, combined with improvised devices and the ship's advanced systems, to disable key vessels. Mines hidden in sandstorms detonated at precise moments. Energy beams reflected off cliff faces, confusing enemy sensors. Elias piloted the ship in and out of the chaos, striking from angles the aliens never expected. At one point, a massive alien cruiser trapped the ship between two cliffs. Elias activated an experimental drive sequence, accelerating through a narrow canyon at impossible speeds. The cruiser, too large to maneuver, crashed into the canyon walls. The humans watched in awe. One elder whispered, "They said humans were weak. They were wrong. They always are." By the time the battle ended, the alien fleet had retreated. Not annihilated, but thoroughly warned, humans were no longer prey. They were clever, adaptable, and capable of turning any situation to their advantage. A new era begins. With the threat gone, Elias turned his attention to the stars. The AI revealed more coordinates, lost colonies, derelict stations, and ancient human fleets drifting in unexplored sectors. Each site was a puzzle, a piece of history, a chance to reclaim humanity's place in the galaxy. Elias worked tirelessly, traveling from planet to planet, restoring technology, reconnecting people, and teaching them human ingenuity. Each colony he revitalized added strength, knowledge, and courage to the human network. Slowly, humanity was awakening, not as a single power, but as a collective of clever, resourceful people who had survived centuries of neglect. The Class Omega ship, once considered scrap, became a legend. It was more than a vessel. It was a symbol, a reminder that humans could take what others discarded and turn it into greatness. Every jump through space, every new colony discovered, reinforced that lesson. One night, as Elias gazed out at the stars, the AI spoke softly. "You have proven something remarkable, Elias. Not just that humans can survive, but that they can thrive in ways no other species can anticipate. Their ingenuity, unpredictability, and courage are unparalleled." Elias nodded. "We've only just begun. There's a whole galaxy out there, lost colonies, forgotten technology, and we're going to find it all." The AI pulsed in agreement. "Then let us proceed. Humanity's legacy is waiting." Quote, the Class Omega ship's true power. Over time, the ship revealed more of its hidden potential. Its engines could sustain long-range jumps beyond current human knowledge. Its energy systems could power entire colonies. Its AI could interface with human minds, teaching, guiding, and amplifying ingenuity. Elias realized that the ship had not been abandoned because it was useless. It had been waiting for someone who could understand it, a human capable of leveraging its full potential. And now, centuries later, he had awakened it. With each new discovery, the AI guided him. Lost archives of human knowledge, alien technology adaptable to human use, and hidden star charts that hinted at civilizations humans had never imagined. Elias felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of discovery. Humans, who had once been dismissed, underestimated, and scattered across the stars, now had a chance to reclaim their place. And the Class Omega ship was the key, a tool to inspire, defend, and explore. The final vision. One evening, Elias stood on the bridge, looking out at a nebula glowing with vibrant colors. The colony below was alive with activity. Children learning, engineers repairing old ships, explorers preparing for their first jumps into unknown space. Humans were building a future. He smiled, thinking of how far they had come. Once, he had bought a ship no one wanted, scheduled for scrap. Now, it was the beating heart of humanity's revival. Somewhere in the distance, alien scouts observed, silent and calculating. They had underestimated humanity before. They would not do so again. "We've done well, but this is just the start. There's so much more to discover." The AI hummed, lights flickering. "The universe is vast. Humanity is clever. Together, we will leave a legacy that even time cannot erase." Elias nodded, hands on the controls. The stars stretched before them, endless and full of promise. For the first time, humanity had a true chance to rise above the void, to reclaim forgotten history, and to explore boldly, without limits. And somewhere, deep in the galaxy, the class Onega ship, once abandoned and forgotten, pulsed with life, ready to take humanity to the stars, one bold jump at a time.